Dude, that is insane.
What happened? Oh my gosh, we bent them both. They're totally bent.
Yeah, they are.
All right, so we're getting ready to head to Stafford Springs, Connecticut, and you guys are gonna be seeing this guy out there with me. So I let Matt know that we are racing in the New England 900, and I told him, I said, hey, I'm gonna need somebody to tie up my helmet, make sure my GoPros are on, and give me a pep talk before the race. So Matt had no problem getting him and Jamie tickets to fly into Boston. They're coming to Connecticut with us. We're gonna win the race, but we're also gonna take a bunch of cores back to Clark's Corvairs for Matt. He's got 40 years worth of cores here, and we're gonna be hauling them back in the trailer. He's gonna be taking them and selling them to Clark. So you guys are gonna wanna make sure and check that out, but we'll get them all unloaded, and we're taking off and headed to Stafford Springs, Connecticut.
I'm gonna watch Robbie win.
I can't wait for him to watch me win. And I'm doing the van jumping, the Vic racing, and we're taking our burnout car.
No wonder he needs my help.
Yes, see, I need all the help I can get.
So this is about 1,500 pounds of Corvair cores. We've got flywheels, pressure plates, cylinders, torque converters. It's not a light load. Feeling pretty bad. I mean, that's a long ways. That's a transcontinental trip.
This stuff probably weighs more than the Racer Pacer weighs. But it's fine, because Steve's gonna be taking the 2,700 mile journey. Tomorrow, we're gonna fly in and meet him out there. All right, we're using old Trusty to lift the pallets, because my nephew has my skid steer. All right, we got it all unloaded. Before Steve leaves, we'll throw him in the bed of the truck, and he's gonna take off all the way to Connecticut. All right, so before we take off to Connecticut, look what's happening. Matt is behind me working on Deja Blue. Now this is a true friend. Builds me a Jeep, has a slight little steering issue, he tells me about it, comes all the way to my shop just to fix it.
I didn't hear the first part of that,
I said, that's a true friend.
but I endorse.
Built a Jeep, come to the shop for trail repair.
Yeah, for some reason we never reinforced the steering box area.
But it's no big deal, because I had a reinforcement kit from Barnes 4-wheel drive, and so I gave it to Matt. He's making it work with everything that they did, and we're gonna stiffen up this frame to where it will never, ever have an issue, ever.
Ever.
Ever, ever, ever.
Do you think you have any bolts longer than this in this particular metric? I need 3 of them.
So we went over and grabbed him some bolts. Hopefully they work.
Those will work. Perfect. All right, Robbie had to run off and do some family things. Jamie and I stayed here working on Deja Blue. We got all this done right here on both sides. Plus, we got this little crossbar there to tie the 2 frame rails together. So a lot of these bolts on the bumper weren't tightened up. It's like it was mocked in place and they never got tightened up. And then the steering box bolts were loose. I don't think they ever got tightened. So that's my fault for not checking the work, but the work's been done now. That right there is a nasty stack. Okay, Jamie, I need you to jump in it. Okay, go ahead and violently jerk the wheel. Keep going. Oh, there is no movement between the box and the frame. Awesome. Okay, fire it up.
Tell me what I'm doing so I can hear you.
You're gonna turn the wheel all the way to the left, and then when I say whoop whoop, you'll turn all the way to the right. Okay, all the way the other way. Back it up. Straighten it out. Appears to be working fine.
All right, so we got all of Matt's Corvair parts out. We're getting ready to put them into this trailer. We got to finish the Pacer. Look at this exhaust. We got this side all done. Sean worked this weekend, coming out. Look at that. We're gonna blow all the smoke away. We're going to win. We're getting us a bald eagle. So that'll get patched in. We decided to come out the bottom and have it come back because we want to be able to move smoke away from us, because I cannot see when I'm driving this thing. So my buddy Kyle from down under, he told me exhaust has to shoot back. So that's what we're doing. But anyway, we got a list of things that need to be finished so that Steve can take off. So heat shielding, that's done. Fixed wiring, done. Upper control arm, we still have to do. Fuel rail fitting leak, that's done. Water hose we still need to do. Dash 8 ORB to 8 pipe fuel rail plug, that's done. Fan rubbing on radiator, still got to do that. Make sure both fuel pumps are working, we've got to do that. Exhaust, we've got to do that. Adjust coilovers. Rear bumper push bar, we're scratching that off, we're not going to do it. We just might have to rebuild the back. So, it is what it is. Now we got a mount wiring inside pacer, fuse box, put a drain line on the ice box, transmission cooler, and that's it.
And change the oil.
Oh, and change the oil. So we got a few things to do today so that we can get on the road.
Oh, hi. See tires, they're Smokies, pink Smokies. And you get them mounted on those 17s because Steve's getting ready to take off, so we need to hurry and get these mounted. Get 2 put on the car and get the car loaded, and then get 2 put on the rims that are on the car right now. Get them loaded so that way Steve can get on his way. Now air up the tires. I'm going to show you doing this one, and then I'm going to just get the other 3 done. There's 1 tire down, 3 more to go. We're going to get them done. So change of plans. We forgot that the pink will stain anything it touches, trailer, concrete. So we're going to put the cruisers on and save the pinks for later.
So while Hillbilly is working on that, I'm gonna get my drain figured out because I want to put a drain down into the floor so we can drain out this ice box. So another thing that I need to do is I need to rebuild this line, and I'm gonna put a loop in it because it just pours out. So I've seen where people put a loop. Hopefully it works. I don't know. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so Sean's just about got that side all wrapped up. Everything's loud. We got a lot of stuff going on. I've got the new water hose installed. I put a deeper 90, so we're not hitting our ride sensor now. Shouldn't get a leak. It should be perfect. I also put a 30-degree fitting on the back at the bulkhead. Now I got to work on the fuel overflow, vapor drain, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to take this out, and I'll go rebuild one, like I said, with a squirrel in it. And we'll get it all dutied up. So I've decided to do a double loop. And what I'll do is I'll zip tie it together, and I'll put a clamp down here on the bottom to where it won't move. And that should keep it from sloshing fuel out while it's driving out to Connecticut. All right, so what I'm doing is putting a bulkhead down through the floor, and our drain line is gonna connect to the bulkhead. So I'll have Colton put that in real quick, and I'll go build the line. All right, so going over our list, Hillbilly has the upper control arms done. We're gonna cross those off. I got the water hose fixed. That's this one right here. Oh, fix bulkhead leak. Do we have a leaking bulkhead? We'll have to check that. We need to fix the fan rubbing on the radiator. We gotta check the fuel pumps. The exhaust is done. Coilover adjustment is done. Mount wiring, we still need to do that. Oh, icebox drain hose done. And we need to figure out the trans cooler. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more things to do.
And the oil.
Oh, and the oil change.
Better ride it on this side.
And we gotta put the turbo covers on also. And then this thing will be getting put in the trailer and headed to Connecticut.
Okay, I'm getting ready to do the most important thing out of this whole entire process that we've done today, and that's change the oil on the motor. We were told to change it after every burnout. The last burnout was Weston's. We haven't changed it, and they're getting ready to leave again to another burnout. So we gotta get this changed. Gotta have fresh oil for every burnout. So one thing that's a really smart idea to do is put some oil on gasket. If not, what happens, it's called dry gasket. It like welds itself on there. You'll destroy a filter with pliers getting it off because it like locks itself on there. And whenever possible, I like to fill the filter up with oil also, but not always is it possible because sometimes the filter screws on sideways, or it's a canister that drops into the motor. But if it's a way that I can fill it up and put it on, I fill it up before I put it on, because then you don't have to start it to check, or start it, let it run for a minute, and then check the oil, because then your filter's already full. But you do like to start it to make sure there's no leaks. So I got the filter full, gasket lubed, now I'm going to install it.
And then I'm going to let Colton come and tighten it because I got yelled at the last time I put it on. So I'm not allowed to tighten them down. So we'll let someone else tighten it down. I'll go get the drain plug put in.
Okay, while the car's up in the air, I'm gonna hurry and get the wires ran for the halo. So that way I'm not lowering it down, I'm lifting it up, lowering it down. So I'll hang these ran, then I'll lower it down, and then I'll add the oil to the motor.
All right, I was just going over the list, looking at it again. Hillbilly's under there doing the wiring for the halos on the lights. And while he's down there, I'm gonna have him undo the two 7/16 bolts for the radiator shroud. Because Sean had slotted them, and so we're gonna see if we can just loosen them and move that shroud out a little bit and then tighten them back up while he's under there. But this pacer's coming together. You wanna try loosening those and moving that?
Are they slotted?
Yeah, he said he slotted them. So we just gotta pull them away from, like, towards the motor.
Okay, I got the fan shroud moved out and the bolts tightened back up. So now we're gonna test to make sure, to see if it's gonna go like it was or not.
No, the fan doesn't kick on until the motor's
Kick on. You got that switch off?
Which one is it?
Ignition.
It's on. I think it's
It might be.
I think it's set on a temperature.
If you guys remember, right, when we were out at Weston's, we had to take the spacers off the front and stick on the rear with these 17s because they rubbed real close. But that spacer wasn't quite enough, so it's still pretty close. And I was talking to Sean about it, and he says, hold on. Goes over to his mystery box of different stuff that he's built, and there's a set of spacers in there that he built. Universal 5 lug, right?
Yeah.
3 universals or
3, I think.
So I'm gonna pull the rear tires off, pull these spacers off, put these back on the front, and put those other ones that Sean made on the rear so it spaces out a little bit further because they're 1/2 inch, and that's what 3/16? Quarter?
Yeah, that's like 250.
3/16. So it's gonna space it out plenty. We'll have to run a drill bit through these. Yeah, if we ever need to take them off, we want to be able to take them off. Oh yeah, we got oodles room now. Kidding, it's not for me, it's for the pacer.
Alrighty, it's that time. Hillbilly got the oil, it topped off on the oil. So I jumped in. I'm going to start it up and let it run idle for a minute, and then we'll shut it off and Hillbilly will check the oil again and make sure we're good. So let's start this bad boy up. Hillbilly gave me the okay, shut it off. He's gonna let it sit for a minute. Check that oil. All right, you know what time it is. Sean building these new exhausts. I gotta do it. WD-40. Got that from Jack Stan Jimmy. What do you think, Hillbilly?
I don't know who Jack Stan Jimmy.
You don't know? We're gonna have to show who Hillbilly, who Jack Stan Jimmy is. So yeah, I'm gonna coat these pipes up so they turn that pretty gold. I spray it on there and then I just coat that exhaust. We might as well do this one too.
All right, so we need to get our upright pipes welded onto that new exhaust. So I'm making a little jig template. I'll show you what I'm doing with it here in a minute, but we're gonna grind it up and go test fit it. So we're gonna weld these onto the outside of the pipe so we still have our uprights, but I'm making a jig so I know where to cut it. So I'm gonna make this fit so I know right where it needs to be cut. I just need to go deeper. No? Need to widen it.
So I'm just trying to figure out the switch. As soon as I plug this, put the fuse in, turn the switch on, all's good. As soon as I have the light hooked in, flip the switch, it instantly pops that fuse.
Is it because it's not grounded?
The lights are grounded.
What?
The light is grounded.
Does that need to be grounded? Because see, there's a wire on that has 3 grounds going to 1 ground. I got it zip tied up together, but you can.
Those grounds are for the lights.
Those are for the lights.
Yes. But as soon as I turn the
Is
switch,
too big or not big enough fuse?
I tried a 30 amp fuse and it popped it.
Oh, dang. So something. What are those green ones?
30s,
And then the clear one is what?
25 now. As soon as I popped it in. So I don't know if these lights are drawing more power than what the fuse can put out.
You got a reader to see how much power that's putting out? How many volts?
I can go find one.
All right, we got one 80% perfect. So that'll gonna be a mock upward pipe. So it has the look of what we had, but then we'll have the flow of the exhaust going out. So I'll mark it this way and we'll go do the same thing. We'll cut it all out. What do you think? Good?
I mean, it's closer on this one for some reason.
Okay, so I'm gonna use the jump box. I'm gonna ground the frame because that's where the wire is. Turn it on.
All right.
I don't think you're getting the right ground. Nothing.
We got it. This one first try. It's because I practiced on the other side. We're gonna tack it and then we're gonna do the other side. Now these are just dummy pipes. Do we want to put a hole? It's gonna fill up with water.
Yeah.
No, it's not gonna fill with water. You know
Oh,
why?
it'll evaporate.
It'll be bad.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not gonna let this thing get wet.
That's true. Colton has a good point. Good point. All right.
You know what I told Sean?
No hole.
Too bad these weren't back just a little bit more, and you could use these to have O2 sense covers.
I'm gonna get this all tacked in and then we'll weld it out.
Turbo covers are installed.
All right, we are getting closer than we were a little while ago. Fan doesn't rub on radiator anymore. Check and make sure both fuel pumps working. One's working. We're done with that. Mount wiring inside pacer. Done. Transmission cooler. We didn't do it, but oh well. Change oil. Done, done, done. Do you know what that means? It's time to pull this car out, test it, and load it in the trailer and send it off on its 2,700-mile journey to Stafford Springs, Connecticut, to the Cletus McFarland New England 900. And you guys are coming with us. And I don't have a hat, and I feel weird. Oh, look, they're welding.
Can you let them look at it now? Can you see it?
All right, let's go get some heat in this motor and see what it'll do. All right, so we're gonna test and see if the new exhaust system blows the smoke away. Let's do it.
What do you think? What do you think, Lincoln? No. Is that cool? Yeah.
So much better.
This is exactly why we test and tune and push these to the limit before the event. I broke both lower control arms, so we're gonna pull them off, fix them, and we'll be good to go. If this would have happened out there in Connecticut, I would have been so embarrassed. But it's running flawless. Our roller tires are about gone now.
Dude, that is insane.
What happened? Oh my gosh, we bent them both. They're totally bent.
Yeah, they are.
Holy, this one's broken like solid all the way through almost.
So this one.
So we're gonna have to do some serious
That's where they had that tube welded through. Oh, no, we left it in there. We just.
Okay, so here's the deal. Let's get the tires off. Let's get the shocks out. Let's get the lowers off, and let's get them welded and done and put back in, and let's get Steve on the road.
Yeah.
But you know what? It didn't happen at Cletus's event.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about it. This is my doesn't have tools brain thinking. I was like, how are we going to straighten those? We have a freaking press. Duh. Oh, by the way, the lug nuts are hot, in case you guys are curious.
Just a little bit.
Holy cow. This is looser than a gooser. Slower.
It's worked itself up.
How'd that happen? Dang it, Terry!
Because those ball joints are smaller shaft.
Look at that. This was straight.
No, it's just the boot.
We're gonna mess up the really nice powder coat.
Yeah.
Don't matter. We got a race to win. Oh yeah, it's screwed up. Have no fear, for Sean is here.
Okay, so Cody's ran to get some baling wire so we can tie the rotor, knuckle, upper A-arm, and all that up out of the way. So that way we can work right here.
I'm not getting space between.
Now, I gotta figure out what size that is. I don't remember.
Do that.
So, I may have broke the shock, but we'll get it taken care of. This was my fault. I hit a humongous bump. Oh,
I'll grab a picture.
wow, John. Wow. You just wanted that, didn't you?
Where's your valving?
Oh, thank you. I'd expect that out of somebody else. All right, let's go straighten this bad little girl. Oh, we should probably take a ball joint out.
Yeah.
Where's my ball joint socket, hillbilly?
Hey, you don't
No need for one. Holy aniseeds. All right, I'm just trying to get this all set up so I can press it. Okay. Now I think we need to go up one clickety-clackety.
Clickety-clack.
Well, we'll just stack these. Oh, look at that! It held! Woo! Right where we want it. Do you think that we should come like...
Yeah, you could.
I think we should do that. So if you'll make me a template that'll come here,
Yeah.
just like double back. Okay. We're gonna get it fixed and it's gonna be better than ever. All right, so Sean's getting the powder coating off, and here's our reinforcement plate. This is gonna beef this lower control arm up to where we can go and not break it, hopefully. And then we'll figure out how to build new ones once we get back. John went ahead and picked that out. We'll go MIG it.
Driver's side is almost complete. Last step. And we can load it in the trailer because Sean ain't gonna let Robbie go out and do some more burnouts to break more stuff. Sean's making sure it's going right in the trailer.
Test and tune.
We already tested tune. We tested, broke what was the weakest link. Let's go.
Done. Look at that reinforcement plate. If that breaks, we're quitting. Yes, we now have control arm skid plates. Seriously though, if that breaks, I'm out of the race. All right, well the guys finish up. I'm gonna call this completed.
Okay.
Yep. Check this out. We had one more thing on the list that we just didn't tell you guys about. Fix, broken, control arms, plural. They're fixed. Yes. All right, let's go load the sucker in the trailer and get it to Connecticut. That was so good. Just back up the middle and up good. Let's pull it and go back out. Next up, Stafford Springs, Connecticut.
See you later, Yes, come with me. Come with me.
How's your day going, Robbie?
Hey, we were in the same shoes almost. All right, so we made it. We met up with Alan from Cletus McFarland's channel. He showed us around, he showed us the track, he showed us the burnout pit, and check out what just came in. We get the first look at all 4 haulers that just rolled in to Safford Springs. I have no idea which car is mine. It's incognito right now, but they're gonna show us tomorrow. I cannot wait. But we made it. We took a red eye, flew all the way into Boston from Utah, got our rental car, drove out here. This place is beautiful. Cannot wait to meet you guys. Cannot wait to race. Cannot wait to van pre and do a burnout. So, we're here. This is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We're doing van pre. We're doing New England 900 Vic race. And on Saturday, we're closing out with a burnout. So you guys are gonna wanna stick around, check that video out. But as always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.